She's spoiled in a British climate. Ellenhouse and Electolis. And poor old Homer, blind as a bat. Ear for the sea surge, rattle of old men's voices, and then the phantom Rome, marble narrow for seats. Si pulvus nullus, said Ovid, erit nullum tamen excute. Then files and candles, elemestie ecut, seen for the battle only, but still seen. Pennons and standards, ye cavals are mats, not mere succession of strokes, sightless narration. And Dante's Giocco brand struck in the game. Pour moi aussi, plancher plus bas que le jardin, contre la lambrie, fauteuil de paille, un vieux piano, et sous le baromètre, the old men's voices beneath the columns of false marble, the modish and darkish walls. Discreeter gilding and the panelled wood suggested, for the leasehold is touched with an imprecision, about 3 squares. The house too thick, the paintings a shade too oiled, and the great domed head, con gli occhi onesti e tardi, moves before me, phantom with weighted motion, grave, incesu, drinking the tone of things. And the old voice lifts itself, weaving an endless sentence. We also made ghostly visits, and the stare that knew us found us again on the turn of it, knocking at empty rooms, seeking for buried beauty. And the sun-tanned, gracious and well-formed fingers lift no latch of bent bronze. No empire handle twists for the knocker's fall. No voice to answer. A strange concierge in place of the gouty-footed. Sceptic against all this, one seeks the living, stubborn against the fact. The wilted flowers brushed out a 7-year since of no effect. Damn the partition! Paper dark brown and stretched, flimsy and damned partition. Iona, dead the long year. My lintel, and Luce's lintel. Time blacked out with the rubber. The Elysee carries a name on, and the bus behind me gives me a date for Peg. Low ceiling and the Erard and the silver, these are in time. 4 chairs, the bow front dresser, the pannier of the desk, cloth top sunk in. Beer bottle on the statue's pediment, that, Fritz, is the era. Today against the past, contemporary. And the passion endures. Against their action, aromas, rooms against chronicles, Smaragdos, Chrysolithos, the Gama wore striped pants in Africa, and mountains of the sea gave birth to troops. La vieille, commode en acajou, beer bottles of various strata, but is she dead as Tyro in 7 years? Ellenhouse, Elandros, Eleptolis. The sea runs in the beach groove, shaking the floated pebbles, Eleanor. The scarlet curtain throws a less scarlet shadow. Lamplight at Bovia, the Kermia. And all that day Nicaea moved before me. And the cold grey air troubled her not for all her naked beauty, but not the tropic skin and the long slender feet lit on the curb's marge, and her moving height went before me, we alone having being. And all that day, another day, thin husks I had known as men, dry casks of departed locusts, speaking a shell of speech, propped between chairs and table, words like the locust shells, moved by no inner being, a dryness calling for death. Another day, between walls of a sham Mycenaean, talk sphinxes, sham Memphis columns, and beneath the jazz a cortex, a stiffness or stillness, shell of the older house. Brown yellow wood and the no-coloured plaster, Dry professorial talk now stilling the ill-beat music, house expulsed by this house. Square, even shoulders on the satin skin, gaunt cheeks of the dancing woman. Still the old dead, dry talk gasped out. It is 10 years gone, makes stiff about her a glass, a petrifaction of air. The old room of the tawdry class asserts itself. The young men, never. Only the husk of talk. O voi che siete, in piccioletta barca, Dido, choked up with sobs for her Zacchaeus, lies heavy in my arms, dead weight, drowning with tears new Eros. And the life goes on, mooning upon bare hills. Flame leaps from the hand, the rain is listless, yet drinks the thirst from our lips, solid as echo. Passion to beat a form in shimmer of rain blur. But Eros drowned, heavy, half dead, with tears for her dead Zacchaeus. Life to make mock of motion. For the husks before me move, the words rattle, shells given out by shells. The live man, out of lands and prisons, shakes the dry pods, probes for old wills and friendships, and the big locust casks bend to the tawdry table, lift up their spoons to mouths, put forks in cutlets, and make the sound like the sound of voices. Lorenzaccio, being more live than they, more full of flames and voices, ma se morisse, credesse caduta da se, ma se morisse. And the tall indifference moves, a more living shell, drift in the air of fate, dry phantom, but intact. Oh, Alessandro, chief and thrice warned, watcher, eternal watcher of things, of men, of passion, eyes floating in dry, dark air, a biondo with glass grey iris, with an even side fall of hair, the stiff, still features.